credit to those guys. Those guys coached better, played better, and ultimately executed better than us today. And so, frustrating game. All three phases kind of have different opportunities that obviously we missed, and it's going to be a big opportunity for us to respond the right way and stick together and keep battling.
Kellen, you're up to eight misses now. Do you still have faith in him as the starting kicker going forward?
Yeah, it's a frustrating one. Obviously, I think the biggest and most important thing is we got to go through this full process to understand how this happened today. He missed a couple, and it's unfortunate because there's been a lot of good, but we'll have to evaluate that and just get a better feel for how that process went down today.
What's the precedent that you'd rather set in that situation in terms of whether it be patience or at least for trying somebody else out and kind of sending the message that there's a point?
Yeah, we'll just evaluate that as we go. Obviously, it's an important thing we'll have to evaluate. First, really dig into what happened today as far as let's communicate at a high level. Let's go through that process, understand how the outcomes occurred, and then we'll obviously evaluate, and there'll be another day to continue to discuss that.
Because I feel again looking in the future at some positions, wide receiver, quarterback. Could Charlie Smith be part of that evaluation to get a look at him, what he could do?
Charlie's certainly in the developmental role. He's done a lot of good as he's gone through this process for a couple years now in the developmental role, and so again, it's something we'll just have to spend some time and invest some time, and say he's not going to be the answer to all that, and I think it's a process that we have to go through.
As you guys are looking to develop and you've made some moves toward that, what's the advantage of going away from Tyler in the red zone and going with Taysom and QB?
Yeah, just some of the run game stuff felt like it's a numbers game down there, and gain a number with Taysom, and red zone's on me. We're not getting it done. So it's as simple as that. We're not scoring touchdowns down there. 0 for 3 today, had a huge impact today, and so we got to find a way to get it done.
But when it comes to
like Tyler getting those reps, is there any future thought though, investing in that maybe, and would it be better to fail with him than with Taysom in that area?
I think always the goal is still to win the football game, and there's plenty of opportunities that obviously Tyler goes through that are hard situations and challenging situations, and there's plenty of stuff in there that red zone wise, it felt like there would be some good opportunities. Felt like the run game in the +1 situation, there was a lot of evidence to support it would be a positive manner. It didn't come out to our outcome, and so certainly there's more opportunities that we'll have to evaluate Tyler. There's plenty of games that we're going to get to evaluate him in those situations, and that's an important part of this process.
What exactly happened on the handoff? Just maybe more clarification with the first one between Tyler and Alvin.
Yeah, it's just a play action, and obviously they got too close, and there was a collision there, and so it was a play action play. We're just going play action pass, and I didn't get a perfect clean look at it. I was watching the routes as it went, and so I saw a little bit of the footage, but I'll have to look more into it.
The incomplete pass on 4-1 with Taysom,
Yeah.
Utilizing him in the red zone
Yeah.
the run game, but having him throw as opposed to Tyler, what goes into that?
Yeah, run a lot of direct runs to Taysom at the quarterback position. Felt like there was a play opportunity there, and ultimately that's on me. Didn't work. So.
Kellen, I just feel like this was a game of just so many missed opportunities.
Yeah, there's missed opportunities. Credit to those guys. They made the opportunities. They created, enough explosive plays in the game. They made the stops in the red zone. We had our opportunities like a lot of games, and it's just a matter of those small little margins we got to take advantage of.
How would you describe this as a play caller in this game? Is it frustrating during the course of the game, or do you still feel like you got a bunch of things working? How would you describe, I guess, self-evaluation, the job you did as a play caller?
Yeah, not good enough. Obviously, we didn't get down on offense. It was choppy. We weren't able to create the flow that we had the previous week against Carolina, and so frustrating. I haven't done a good enough job with this group, and we got to find a way.
A lot of the play calls happen with short passing situations. Was that because of Atlanta's pass rush?
Certainly their pass rush has been really productive. They've been a very productive pass rush team. I thought there were some opportunities to get the ball out of our hands. Obviously, as the game progressed, we got into some challenging situations, and they were able to rush the passer in some known rushes, and that was a challenge for us.
How would you evaluate Tyler just on first look?
Yeah, I thought he battled. I thought he gave us some positive things in there. It wasn't an easy situation in some of those as the game progressed and we got into the multi-score game. I thought he battled, and certainly I think if you take the emotions out of it and you go watch the film probably tonight and tomorrow, you'll certainly see some positives.
Kevin, the update on Alvin, seriously.
Yeah, we'll have to let that go through his process. Obviously wasn't able to return. We'll have to get the full evaluation tomorrow and get a feel for that and see what this outline looks like.
Coach, as you say, you've had Charlie Smith in the building for 2 years now, so you know what he can do in every situation except for a live game day during the regular season. As a 219, do you lose anything? Have you got anything to lose by elevating him to the active roster?
Well, I think it's something that's definitely part of the evaluation process. He's been here for 2 years, and he's developed a ton. He's had preseason game opportunities, and he's done a nice job there. And so, you know, he's in a developmental role, and we just have to continue to evaluate that each and every week. And we've had a lot of guys that have had opportunities to step up, and we'll see how all this stuff progresses.
How you thought Devin Hill played when he had the opportunities?
Yeah, I thought Devin, there's probably gonna be some positives coming out of that film. I thought he made a couple plays in space and got some extra yards, which was a positive. I think for the most part, the protection stuff, he did some nice things in there, and so, you know, he stepped up, and we'll see how his opportunities progress moving forward.
On the 4th and inches of the goal line before the intentional grounding, what would be the advantages or thought process of being in shotgun in that play, like so close to the goal line?
Yeah, just get Taysom and then, you know, essentially have 10 blockers and Taysom, and so that was the goal. A play we ran earlier in the game and got a first down, and so, you know, obviously, unfortunately, the snap, you know, wasn't successful.
Were you impressed with the atmosphere today, considering, you know, the struggles this year and everything seemed pretty packed?
Yeah, I thought it was a great atmosphere. I thought our guys, you know, there's a couple of big-time opportunities. I felt like the crowd helped. You know, some third downs, you know, they were in sort of in field goal range, got a false start, and a couple procedure penalties in this thing. And so, you know, we appreciate all that. That makes this place special. And we know we got some work to do, and we got to keep grinding and keep getting better. And, you know, there'll be better days, certainly. And, you know, I think that we all have that sight that we'll get better each week, and we'll keep finding these opportunities.
How would you describe the mood in the locker room now?
Yeah, just frustration, just because you recognize the opportunities that are out there, and, you know, we just haven't gotten it done.
I know you haven't seen the film yet, could you maybe talk about just first blush? It seemed like Caesar had some issues today with some of the looks they threw at him.
Also, yeah, again, I think those ones are always really important to see the film. You know, up front, obviously, we got in some passing situations, and they really get some pass rush, and so, obviously, challenging situations, but we got to find something that works for us a little bit better, and find a solution to you know, get the ball moving in some of those situations. And you know, in the run game, we got to find some more consistency in the run game where we can get some things moving and create more flow.
Hey, Coach, without Shaheed and Cooks, what did you see from Mason Tipton? Obviously, he had that big return early in the game, and I think he had 30 catches. What do you see from him that you like?
Yeah, we like Mason a lot. He's done some positive things through training camps and through preseason football. He's played a somewhat limited role in the regular season. I thought he made some plays in this game. He'll continue to play a valuable role.
The self-scouting opportunity over the course of the bye week, did you find that what happened today was about adjustments not being fully, you know, not being able to fully implement the adjustments that you wanted, or was it just a lack of effectiveness in those?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we just didn't get it done. You know, we can look at it from a lot of different angles. You know, schematically, I'm gonna spend a lot of time saying, are we putting ourselves in the best position to be successful? Players are trying to find every margin that they can improve on, and so, you know, that's the goal of this thing. Obviously, every opportunity you have, whether it be a self-scout or a game film, you're gonna evaluate it. There's gonna be things that come out of it positively and negatively. And you just gotta keep growing. And so, obviously, we missed this opportunity.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Taysom Hill.
Going, guys. Good.
The snap that went over your head, that whole play, take us through that whole thing from your viewpoint.
Yeah, I mean, we had obviously a couple different things that we were doing, and we got a certain look, so I killed the play, and then, you know, it's a little bit challenging. I haven't seen the film and whatever, but, you know, I wish I could have that one back and secure the snap and, you know, get in the end zone there. But it's hard to really, you know, comment on it right now, having not seen it and everything else. But yeah, that was a disappointing play. Look, at the end of the day, it was a disappointing game. You know, we had plenty of opportunities as a team, as an offense, to put us in a great situation in that game, and we didn't capitalize on that. You know, so that's a hard thing to swallow at this point. You know, I think that there were some good things to build on, obviously. It's nice that we're down in the red zone and putting ourselves in situations to go score, and find ways to finish.
Taysom, talk about the fourth down play. Was that a design pass, or was that something that you decided to throw the ball there?
I did not decide to just throw that on my own. Yeah, it was designed. It was a design pass play.
What did you see? What did you see there?
I mean, look, there's no secret, right? When I'm a quarterback, we run the ball a lot, and we've done different things throughout the course of my career, and we were counting on a heavy box, and they made a good play, and we were trying to sneak Bailey out to the corner, you know, and they made a good play.
You talked about some of the frustration with the red zone in particular. What was it that sort of created troubles there?
I mean, again, it's a little bit challenging right now. You know, you get into the game, and it's hard to give you a really good answer. Frankly, having not seen the tape, but you know, I'm trying to think through the drives. I think we had plenty of opportunities, right? And it's not like they were negative plays. We had one negative play that turned into intentional grounding, but you know, certainly you'd like to feel like we can score from the 1 yard line, and you know it's a tough yard to gain down there. But I mean, it's hard to give you a great answer. I think maybe. I mean, we could all play with lower pad level. You know, we were obviously trying to. We ran a sneak down there, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's really the first thing that comes to mind. We had some missed opportunities on that.
Is it more frustrating in a game like this when you have, to walk away from a game like this when you have that many shots?
Yeah. Look, nobody feels good about this game. You know, the first 24 hours are hard. You know, right now it's a little bit hard because we had plenty of opportunities to get that done, and we didn't do that. So, I'm not trying to all of a sudden feel great about this, but I think when you take a step back, there are some great things that we did and are encouraging. But, again, your next question was week 12 or 13 or, whatever it is, and we should have that figured out by now. But look, Atlanta's a good team, and those guys, get paid too, and they did a good job, and we knew that about them. They were an aggressive front, penetrating front, and they rely on some negative plays that way, and are aggressive in their scheme up front. But yeah, this was a hard one to swallow.
Taysom, did you see, like the type of season that it has been? I mean, you've been in games, opportunities, but the team just continues to fight. It just comes up short.
Yeah, sorry, what was the question?
Do you feel like the season, it's kind of like been that way? I mean, you've been in so many games.
Yeah.
Close games.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, nobody feels good about our record right now, but it's one of those things as a competitor and as a player, you can't let circumstances dictate how you prepare, the effort that you put into it, the film that you put out there, and that you have